this taking forward the Indian poultry production more in a sustainable way of production. That is what we are looking. That is why today we have identified application of solar energy in poultry production as compared to the conventional energy, and also environmental control housing to minimize the pollution, to improve the biosecurity, especially bird flu and so on, and early vaccination, day-old vaccination, HD vaccination, instead of vaccinating at the growing stage where there is a handling and so on. And the most challenging is the marketing of eggs and chicken meat. It is a very challenging. One is, as Dr. Ashok Sethi mentioned, the feed prices. The second would be the marketing of chicken eggs and chicken meat. That is what our Thiru Singraj will be speaking. And this slide taken from Krushi Mela, Farmers Mela, at University of Agricultural Sciences, GKVK, Bangalore. Every year we provide eggs free of cost. 30,000 eggs were provided. I took the help from NACC as well as layer farmers. We served the eggs at the lunch time. Everybody enjoyed the eggs. I keep on watching several batches. Dr. Shankar is here. Dr. Krishnamurthy is here. We were observing. Nobody left the eggs. Everybody was consuming. That shows people like eggs, its nutritional value. And you know how many people visited that Krushi Mela? 25 to 30 lakhs of people visited that Krushi Mela. Every year we conduct. This year in the month of November, first week, again we are organizing. I request all of you, KPFBA, IVPI and all the members, please visit. We make a beautiful charts educating the public, educating the consumers with respect to the health and nutritional benefit of eggs and chicken meat. The farmers, how they manage the poultry farm, how hygienically they maintain. Look at some of the pictures which we have taken on the first day. The second day and all, huge crowd, even we cannot step in. Huge crowd. Lakhs of farmers will be visiting. You know, this is what is educating with respect to consumption of eggs and chicken. Not by seminar, not by some advertisement. This is the real practical. Dr. Ashok Sethi was there, our Manjesh Kumar Jadhav was there, Magdum sir was there. This is what is required. Mass scale, lakhs together. That is where we have to promote. Promote the consumption of eggs, promote the consumption of chicken. Automatically our consumption of eggs, instead of 90, it becomes much more. Chicken meat also, instead of 6 kilo, it becomes much more. Here, these slides, some of them I have taken from VIP. Ajay Deshpande, the president, is right here, Vets in Poultry. They also popularized the consumption of chicken meat and eggs. Here, the malnutrition, all of you know, is very common in our country. Very, very common in our country. In the ranking in the world, we stand somewhere in the 130, 140th rank. That is what it is. So that is where the providing the eggs and chicken meat along with the vegetarian food is very, very important for our people to improve the health and nutritional status. That is what we have to educate. We have to educate. Consumption is very, very low in our country. We have to educate. And coming to this one, our leader, the father of the poultry industry, Padma Shri Dr. B.V. Rao, what he used to say about 40 years back, I know very well. I used to attend so many programs of our Padma Shri Dr. B.V. Rao. He used to say, my egg, my price. That means realize the price of eggs what you produce. Minimize the trade. Try to market yourself. That is what Singaraj also is telling. Try to market. That is what our Guru Padma Shri Dr. B.V. Rao is said. And our Honorable Madam Anuradha Desai also recommends in the same direction. Whenever there is a surplus production of eggs, try to store in the cold storage and release when there is a demand. And market the broiler chicken somewhere around 2.5, 2.3, 2.4 kilo instead of waiting up to 3 kilogram. This is very, very important. Dr. Suresh Babu tells, our Ashok Kumar sir, they also tell about this. Don't wait till 3 kilograms, especially in Maharashtra. I am sure Dr. Ajit Deshpande is right here, Ajit Ranade is here. They will go for bigger birds because of the traders. So that will hurt the tenderness, it will hurt the production, overproduction. And coming to this one, consumption of chicken as well as eggs. If you look at in the metropolitan cities versus rural area, if you look at the consumption of chicken meat in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Bombay, somewhere in the range of 20 kilogram. Fantastic. On the other hand, if you go to the rural side, it's only 2 to 3 kilogram. So our main emphasis is to educate or provide the chicken at the rural level. Of course, one is transportation, one is other technological input, extremely important. Consumption in the tier 3 cities is very, very important. That is where we can increase the consumption. Otherwise, if you look at in urban area, look at the egg consumption is close to 200 eggs per year per person in the metropolitan cities. If you go to the rural, the tier 3 cities, it is only 15 to 20 eggs. Huge difference. So there is a scope for improvement in the tier 3 cities, tier 2 cities also. There is a tremendous scope. That is where we have to focus in order to improve the marketing. Then coming to the egg marketing potential, of course we have different approaches. One is we export. What we export is very less. This we have to push. Export we have to push more. I am sure Singraj will be talking on that. What we export is only about 4 days of production. Every day we produce about 30 crore eggs. 4 days means 120 crores eggs. That's all we export per year. And the egg powder, what we manufacture egg powder, what we export the egg powder is about 6 days production. 30 into 6, about 200 crores of eggs. And remaining midday meal program, various, especially Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Karnataka, so on, West Bengal, Orissa, all put together it comes to about 40 days of production, that's all. So totally 40 plus 10, 50 days production. Remaining 10 days of production, we have to look at the market. That is where tier 3 cities is extremely important. Targeted tier 3, tier 2 cities is extremely important. We are producing close to 120 billion eggs, including the desi chicken eggs, improved varieties, and so on. Our consumption is 90 eggs overall. This is where we have to improve. Like in Japan, it is 330. So, and those people are so healthy, absolutely great and healthy. Then coming to the gradually increase the processing of chicken instead of going for the wet processing. At least to begin with in the metropolitan cities. In the metropolitan cities it leads to pollution and so many problems. That is why minimize at least to begin with metropolitan cities. In the rural side may be challenging, may be difficult. To begin with, already there is a change, some more change is required. I think that is where our traders, our producers focus more on that. Going for processing instead of the wet chicken. That is where the consumers like it. Consumers always like a clean, hygienic, that is what they like it. And coming to this broiler market, I think this should be best person to explain is this our Sri Ashok Kumar of Ma Integrators. We have to listen to him. One day we have to give entire topic on this slide. I had an opportunity to speak to him. Just I will give one example. 1 week back, the cost of production of broiler chicken is 100 rupees. Market price is 60 rupees. That means for every kilo we lose 40 rupees. Per bird we lose 80 rupees. What he says is instead of losing 80 rupees, he destroy the hatching egg. Destroy the hatching egg. What is the cost of hatching egg? 25 rupees. That is more economical than rearing the chicken and selling at 60 rupees. Like this, he has given many examples. And seasonal consumption, cultural consumption. Of course, you have to listen to Ashok Kumar for if you want to detail. Fantastic knowledge is having regarding the economics of broiler production, how to market and so on. So just one example I have given. Then in the print media as well as in the television media, so much people keep on writing. Recently by a professor from National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, he wrote against consumption of chicken. And we scientists from the IVPI, KPFB, we strongly repeated that one. We strongly, you can see, read it here. We made a very scientific approach, and it is published in not only English newspapers, so many Kannada newspapers, widely circulated, widely published. That is what is required. Even our Honorable Padma Shri Dr. B.M. Hegde also written. I wrote to him, but no reply. Several letters, no reply at all. So this is sometimes our Ashok Kumar sir also requested about this. So no reply, but anyway, you'll keep on trying, and we have to be proactive. Scientific approach. What we are telling is true. We are not telling something wrong. What we are telling, that is what it is required. Similarly, one more newspaper, it has appeared. Yeah, Education World, one more. The veterinarians, they call it NEP, National Education Policy Paper. They make a policy. This is in Karnataka with respect to the midday meal program and so on. Again, the veterinarians, IVPI, KPFBA and all, they strongly wrote a letter to the professor. So far, professor has not replied. We are waiting for the reply. Similarly, even other organizations also, like for example, Fresh to Home, we made a very good reply. They also actually apologized for us. Dr. Ashok Kumar Shetty, Gopal Reddy, we all met them and so on. This is coming to the how to make chicken as fish. It is much easy also. Silkworm people, last seminar we were talking, it is very rich in omega fatty acid. Fish oil rich in omega fatty acid. Algae is rich in omega fatty acid. Included them in the feed, our chicken becomes very rich in omega fatty acid, which is good for the brain health, good for education, good for heart health, good for overall health of a person. This is what we call value addition. Value addition, we are very poor still in the value addition. Egg value addition, for example, Satyanarayan Reddy has come from Andhra, he is doing egg value addition, but that is not enough. We have to go as high as 50% value addition to increase the what we call demand. Just going as a commodity, selling as a commodity, it will not help much. We have to value addition, branding. And finally, I will come to as Dr. Ashok Kumar Shetty mentioned, these are all the companies who are supported just by a word. They all supported. That shows what a great affection, what a great support to the IVPI, to the farming community of the country. That is what it shows. All our sponsors, just by a phone call, nothing else. We could have got much more, but this is enough for us. So I thanks once again for all the sponsors, all the participants who have come to this program. Thank you very much.